This video presentation is brought to you by Skip La Cour's Mass Machine Nutrition. Real physical development, real sports nutrition. Visit the Mass Machine Nutrition website today at www.massmachinenutrition.com. By House of Pain Ironwear. You can get all the workout clothing, Skip La Cour and Tyrus Reed wear at www.houseofpain.com. And by Natural Muscle Magazine. You can read the online version at www.naturalmuscle.net.
In our last couple of video presentations, we talked a lot about standards. Standards are so important to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. You have to have the right directions, just like if you're driving. If someone gives you the wrong directions, or if you write down the wrong directions, it doesn't matter how determined you are to get from point A to point B. It doesn't matter how fast you drive, and it really doesn't matter how great your technique is while driving. If you don't have the right directions, you're not going to get where you want to go. And that's why, Tyrus, we've taken our time. I've had you write up some standards with your ability, your years of training, your experience, and come up with some standards. Then I refined them a little. I told you to go back to the drawing board, create some more. I even told you to get more specific, go back to the drawing board and write some more. It's with my coaching, because I've been where Tyrus wants to go. I want to make sure he has the right directions, the right standards. So when he follows them, when he gives 100% focus, intensity, determination into his standards, it's going to take him where he wants to go. So you've gone back to the drawing board. Tell me what you come up with.
Well, my first one is I ate the right foods, the right amount of foods. I ate my meals on time so that I had enough strength to train hard and recover fully from my workout. What I mean is, instead of eating 1, 2, 3 meals in an entire, 24 hours, I'm really concentrating on getting a full 8 to 9 meals, of good, hearty, dense, calories and all that kind of stuff, and if I've done that, then I've done really well. I've gone to 10, and I'm really concentrating on doing that, and I've been doing this whole last week. I've been getting 9s and 10s the whole week, and really focusing on getting those meals done. Okay,
so that's the first standard again. If Tyrus comes up with these 10 standards and he were to complete them, that would make a great workout. And again, this is a standard when he talks about eating. It's not necessarily in the gym, but it's leading up to a great performance in the gym. So your first standard is about your eating habits. What's the second?
The second one, I was well rested enough to have 100% of my physical energy to devote to my training session. Am I getting enough sleep? Plain and simple. If you're not getting enough sleep, be dragging ass in the gym, you'd be like, I don't want to go. I did that this morning, matter of fact, because of Thanksgiving. But I got up, got here, and got it done. But you got to get well rested, and which I was. I did a really good job this last couple of weeks, or this last week actually, with trying to do my work schedule where I work in the graveyard shift, and been getting here on time every day. Okay.
And so that's another one of those standards that really doesn't have anything to do with while you're in the gym, but it sets you up for a great workout. He wants to make sure if he's well rested. And you talk about sleep. Sleep is very important. What's also important is that you don't do a lot of physical activity, like you don't, it's your downtime, you just did your heavy training workout to get you to where you want to go, win the Muscle Mania in 30 weeks. You don't go out and, do some snowboarding or water skiing, or you don't sign up for a CrossFit class. That isn't being well rested enough to put your energy into your workout, okay? So what's your third standard?
The third standard is I have managed my personal affairs and my work life well enough so that I gave 100% of my mental focus and emotional energy into my training session. Black and white, we're talking about, the girlfriends. I got a girlfriend, the girls always cause, distraction from me in the gym. I don't know what you guys are doing back there at home. But I'm really kind of talking to you right there with the girlfriend right next to him, and you gotta be able to kind of push her out of the way, not physically obviously, but you gotta tell him, like, look, I gotta go to the gym. I'll be back in an hour or so. Just let me do my thing, and I'll come back. But you gotta manage the girlfriend, because it's even hard for me.
It's a great point. It's managing your personal life. You don't want to. You want to be very careful where you allocate your emotional and mental energy. Girlfriend, sometimes if you don't manage, you don't get the people in your life on the same page. It can make your training session a horrible experience. Again, it's one of those things that has nothing to do with while you're in the gym, but will affect what you do in the gym greatly. Same thing for those of you who are going to school. Your workload, a tremendous amount of stress going to school, how you manage that. Same thing with those of you with a full work schedule or a family life. So all those things outside of the gym, your personal affairs like relationships, it could be relationships with your parents or whatever it is, and your work relationships and your work schedule, all those things can sap that mental energy, it can sap that emotional energy and take away from your workout. Great, so what's your next standard?
I visualize my entire workout, every exercise that I'll do that day on my drive to the gym.
Okay.
What I mean by that is I know what I'm training that day. You know, okay, today's Monday. Okay, I know today I'm doing legs. Okay, so I'm gonna go through my head and I realize, okay, I got squats, I have leg press, I have this, and I'm gonna visualize that. I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna know what weight I'm gonna do before I even step foot in the gym.
Great standard to have. Especially, this is one of those standards, these mental exercises, when you do it over time. You do it for a week straight, for a month straight, for 6 months straight. Get your mind sharper and sharper and sharper. You become just a mental stud. All right? It's very important for you to realize that your mind really doesn't know the difference between what you imagine, what you visualize, and what you actually do. So if you want to squat 400 pounds, or you want to bench 300 pounds, or whatever is for you, the more you can visualize it, you can trick your body into actually feeling that, experiencing it. So when it's time to step under that weight, your body's been there before. And champions are so strong at visualizing, their minds are so strong with so much practice over time, it makes it so much easier to physically do it. So he wants to visualize on his way to the gym every exercise, every set, that proper execution, that amount of weight, breathing, everything. Okay, what's your next standard?
I know that I have to go into the gym knowing what I did last week, and then I have to be able to mentally prepare to beat that weight so that I'm consciously and continuously, overloading the muscle. You know,
right.
You can't keep doing the same muscle or same weight week after week after week because you're not going to go anywhere.
And it's really important too, you said before he steps in the gym. And that gives him more time for the goal to marinate in his mind before he actually steps up to the weight. You don't want to, oh wow, I've got to do 400 plates today, 400 pounds today, and then get under it. You know, you want to be prepared, at least a half hour before on your way to the gym. So all these things are set in his mind before he even steps in the gym. Again, it's one of these mental techniques, what a champion does, and it gets better and better with the more he practices it. He does it for a week straight, he does it for a month straight, he does it for a year straight, and he becomes that mental stud, all right?
Take your bodybuilding and training efforts to the next level. Visit my skiplacour.com website and invest in my DVDs, ebooks, and audio seminar courses. This video presentation is brought to you by Skip La Cour's Mass Machine Nutrition. Real physical development, real sports nutrition. Visit the Mass Machine Nutrition website today at www.massmachinenutrition.com. Follow this Mass Machine Nutrition website as I outline, explain, and coach 23-year-old natural bodybuilder Tyrus Reed, my Mass Machine training program. It's a physical, mental, emotional, and psychological approach to bodybuilding and training.